What is up, everybody? Talking about UFC Vegas 44 a bit more. I know we've done a lot of breakdowns on it, but I want to talk about some of the updated matchups because there have been one addition, one bout change. So we'll go into that. Talk a little bit about the main card more. We'll jump to Bellator. I do want to talk a bit about Bellator. We'll talk more so Bellator's main card. The big fights, there's some fun ones. Talk a little bit about potentially Kevin Lee. I'm looking forward to this weekend of fights. We have some quality action coming up. I'm excited. I'm excited. Guys, smash the likes if you're tuning in. Much love. Everybody supporting. The late night live series is on the rise. We'll start it off first, though. We have to talk Kevin Lee before I get into anything. Kevin Lee gets released from the UFC. Is it a fair release? I'm going to say yes, because Kevin Lee choosing to fight up a weight class, not being able to make 55, I don't see Kevin Lee as a significant threat at 170 in any organization outside of maybe PFL, but Ray Cooper would be a hellish matchup. I feel like Kevin Lee, realistically speaking, Kevin Lee jumps to Bellator. And I see my man Starman agreeing with me. I'm glad you do. That makes the most sense. His brother already fights there, so there is, probably a bit of a relationship already made. I feel like going to Bellator, it can't be 170. He gets dominated by Amosov. He loses to Logan Storley. I don't see him beating Lima. I don't see him beating Michael Venom Page. It's trouble throughout if he jumps over to Bellator's welterweight division. If he decides, hey, I'm going to make a run at 155 in Bellator, that to me is way smarter. It's realistically a weight class that I feel like Kevin Lee could be in the title picture. Let me see if Bellator updates their rankings, because I rarely check the Bellator rankings, not going to lie to you guys, but I do want to find out if they have some updated lightweight rankings. So I want to give Kevin Lee a fantasy fight. I'm assuming it's Bellator. So let's say he decides, I'm going Bellator right now. Interesting. Usman Nurmagomedov, number 3. I don't think he's fighting for the title yet. Goichi Yamuchi, interesting fight. Peter Queally just losing. Benson Henderson. So my options, I think we're going here for his debut. It's going to be Benson Henderson, Kevin Lee, option number 1. I think that's a marketable fight. It can sell. And I feel like if he wins, you can jump right into a title shot. Number 2 option would be a fight against Sidney Outlaw. I feel like it would be the number 1 guy versus Kevin Lee. If he wins, he fights for the belt potentially. Brent Primus, I'd say number 3 option. I don't think they give him Goichi Yamuchi, though I think that fight is possible. That would be like a 4th or 5th option. Usman Nurmagomedov is not getting the Kevin Lee fight in the debut of Kevin Lee. Obviously, yes, it will skyrocket Usman Nurmagomedov's stock if he beats Kevin Lee, but if he lost, it would be very detrimental, and Kevin Lee's stock drops from that. And if they're signing him and putting money into him, I don't know why they'd want to drop the stock of their guy. I don't think that would be any bit sensible. Kevin Lee boxing, dude, if Kevin Lee boxed, I think he'd get knocked out. I don't feel like his hands are all that great. I've never been super impressed by his striking. No, he's not the biggest lightweight. He needs to control the weight. Lee Outlaw could work, yeah. What's up, my boy? Shout out to you tuning in, TJ. Shout out to everybody watching live. Chat it up in the live chat if you're here. Much love. Paluca Palooza, Starman TV, TJ Mizzy in the live chat. Thank you guys for chatting it up. But yeah, I think Kevin Lee Bellator is a sensible option, and I feel like I'm picking the Benson Henderson fight. That's the one I want to see. I feel like for Kevin Lee, his career, I think that's like a legacy fight. You get to fight a former UFC champion. I'm in on that. Put Kevin Lee versus Benson Henderson in his Bellator debut, because he's signing with Bellator. I'd be shocked if he goes elsewhere. If he goes to Triad Combat, I think he's getting knocked out. If he goes to Bare Knuckle, he's taking so much unnecessary damage. The cuts are going to devastate his career. I don't think that's sensible. All right, I do want to talk some of these new fights, because let's be honest, these fights have shifted. They have changed. It's not the same card as we originally saw for 2 bouts. New addition, Bryan Barberena, Darian Weeks, and also Azamat Murzakanov takes on Jared Vanderaa. We'll first talk about this one. Murzakanov versus Vanderaa. I do want to see what you guys are thinking for this fight. I'm going to pop a poll up there. Vanderaa. Make sure we get the spelling good here. Vanderaa. Azamat. All right. Let's see. Vanderaa or Azamat. Let's see where the picks lie for everybody watching. Personally, feeling Jared Vandeera's size difference will be too much. Even though I am impressed by Azamat's striking, he's not a heavyweight. His fight was against Felipe Lins at 205. That's a different matchup. Jared Vanderaa is a big heavyweight. He's good with his Muay Thai. That huge height advantage, I think, is a factor. But more than anything, it's the fact that Jared Vanderaa will outweigh Azamat by upwards of 40 pounds. I think Azamat comes in at 220 at probably the most because he's scheduled to fight at 205. So what's he cutting? He's not a huge 205er. I think if he cut the fat off, this guy would be an 85er. Jared Vanderaa beats him on an upset. Not sure the method of victory. I'll go deeper diving with the breakdown for tomorrow, the Moneyline show with my man Mike, and then also the weigh-in recap show. We'll talk it deeper. But right now, I'm liking the upset by Jared Vanderaa. Odds for this matchup from what I'm seeing at the moment. Let's see if I can find it here. Plus 184, minus 185. So Vanderaa in some good plus money and for very good reason. I really feel like he could win this bout. 100% Azamat. Everybody on Azamat that's watching live? Yeah, Vanderaa beat a big boy in his last fight. Not necessarily the greatest matchup, not necessarily the most entertaining fight, but he's able to take out Justin Tafa, who's a good striker. Azamat, a lot smaller. The size difference, man. I really feel like the size difference is everything. I'm not changing my pick on this one. No, this is a new fight. This is a shifted matchup. It was originally Azamat Felipe Lins at 205. Now they decide, hey, let's jump it up. Let's do it at 265 versus Jared Vanderaa on short notice. I don't think that's a good option. I don't think that's a good idea. I think that is actually really bad on the part of Azamat for taking this fight. Maybe I'm overconfident in Vandeera's stand-up game, but right now, out the gate, I'm leaning towards a Vanderaa upset. I think the money that it's worth could be a positive factor as well. For me, I'm on Vanderaa. We're going with him now. As far as the other matchup, we have Darian Weeks, who makes his debut inside of the UFC, getting placed in a fight with a very experienced veteran in Bryan Barberena. I'll prop the poll up in just a second for this one. Such an experienced vet to now take on Darian Weeks, the young buck. You know, I feel like the skill set of Barberena is well versed at this point. He's solid from the top. Pretty good stand-up. Early lean, because this is not my official pick, but this is from what I've seen at the moment. I feel like I'm going to have to go the way of... This is tricky. I was watching some footage on Darian Weeks, and I like a lot of things from him. But it's hard for me right now to be picking against a guy that's been in the UFC for so long, against a short notice replacement. I think Barberena can get the win here. Bout prediction subject to change. I'm going to tell you guys that straight up. It's subject to change. I want to see what you guys are thinking too. If you're tuning in, smash that like button. Show some love. I appreciate you guys for being here. Late Night Live. Similar, like it's not a repeat of Friday's show, but it is the same card. Barberena. Spell it. I'm going with Bryan Barberena. I'm going with experience. I feel like you have to. I feel like you have to here. Let's see Weeks versus Barberena. Let's see where it goes. Let's see what the people think. I'm very curious to see where you guys stand. Hey, yeah, smash that like button, brother. Much love, bro. Much love. What am I doing here? I was gonna bring something up. Let me just think for a second. I'm having a fried brain moment. This guy's got a lot of W's because he's got a good wrestling background. Stand-up game is solid. Fights as a professional boxer. I will say, yeah, you want to dig deeper into Darian Weeks before you make a final pick. We'll look at the record. Boxing bout, split decision. Got a win in boxing too. But you look at the opponents, 2-0, 0-0, 2-0, 8-3-1, 3-4. So he's fought okay opposition for a guy with just 5 fights. Amateur record, 15-4. That's intriguing. I think he could be a problem. Short notice though. Bryan Barberena, that's not easy, man. Obviously, this is subject to change on this prediction right here, 100%. I'm calling this the subject to change fight. Yeah, we have a lot of people thinking Bryan Barberena gets it done, and it makes sense why they'd pick Bryan Barberena. I get it. I do. I'm on it. I'm on it too right now. Yeah, COVID, he's available. He takes the fight. I like it, though. I like the Barberena pick. And I'm glad that there's mostly agreement for Barberena, too. See what the final poll looks like. 80%, 20%. So, yeah, Bryan Barberena, the people's vote. Azamat, the people's vote. Shit, should be good. Smash the likes. We're going to jump into Bellator. I want to talk a bit about the main card. It's a really good one. I do want to do a fight companion for Bellator. I haven't done it in a minute, so doing it again would be definitely an exciting time. All right, Bellator 272. Johnny Eblen, Collin Huckbody. Let me see. Get a poll popped up here for you guys here with this fight. The young Huckbody versus Korean Canelo. Unfortunately, he changed his nickname. Let's see where you guys lean. Me on this spot, you have to go Eblen, but I feel like Huckbody's tricky. He's got a little bit of a height and reach advantage, but Eblen has shown tenfold improvement in the stand-up. Powerful hands, some Masvidal-esque attacks. I mean, he is training at ATT. He definitely has the Masvidal influence there, training with him. Collin Huckbody on the opposite side. Tricky grappling game, heavy on top, but I don't see him taking Johnny Eblen down. Eblen's a hell of a wrestler and has shown good offensive wrestling. Defensive wrestling, I believe, will be there. I don't think Huckbody has an easy time. I think he gets touched up on the feet. Eblen might put a diamond hands KO on him, but I wouldn't be shocked if we're looking at 3 rounds of work. I'm going to take Eblen here, and the odds for this fight have him just unappealing to even consider touching the line. There's really no money to be made on that one. Let's see where you guys have it here. Jake Matthews looking ass. Dude, I think Jake Matthews gets knocked out. Right now, Eblen, 100%. Give the vote. Who do you want? Who do you got? Eblen or Huckbody? The fights haven't been posted. Tapology has them up and ready, man. Tapology gets them ASAP, bro. Diamond hands, my pick. But betting, there's nothing to bet there. It's not an enjoyable bet whatsoever if you're going to throw something down, because minus 1,000, $1,000 to make 100. Collin Huckbody was once signed to the UFC. I'm not doing it. All right, let's see. Eblen's 100%. As expected, Eblen's 100% here. I don't think anybody thought the other way. Oh, yeah. Tapology's the go-to. Tapology is the GOAT. They're reliable, man. Guys, smash the likes. Let's keep those likes running for the live, baby. All right, next fight. Good matchup. Prospect. Jared Scoggins, Josh Hill. You're an OG. You know Justin Scoggins. This is the brother. The brother that might have a bit more potential from what we're hearing. I don't know. I don't know for certain, but the hype's real on the kid. And he's taking on a very experienced fighter. Josh Hill's been around forever at this point. Got Marlon Moraes over in World Series of Fighting for the belt ages ago, a lifetime ago, decades back. It really feels like a long, long time ago. In this fight, I am going to have to lean new blood. From what I saw of Jared Scoggins, I think he's like a better version of his brother. Fast, a lot of speed. Wrestling game is solid. Top control is good. On the opposite side, Josh Hill. I think Josh Hill's well-rounded. Kind of has a good array of attacks that he can go for. I like the stand-up. It's very technical. Chin is talked. The boxing is good. But he's not necessarily powerful. I don't see him as a heavy hitter. Kind of a more volume style guy. And now you're taking on a young, hungry prospect. I think Scoggins split decision. I think it's going to be close. I'm going Scoggins. Let's see where the people are leaning. If you haven't put your vote in, make sure to vote on the poll because I am very curious what you guys think about this. Dude, even Tapology gets some heights and stuff wrong. But yeah, the OG is definitely Sherdog. Scoggins, right now, he's ahead. He's got the lead. And for good reason. I'm telling you guys, I think this kid's real. Let's see the official odds because I know they were looking at about even money. This is UFC. What am I looking at here? We need Bellator. Scoggins, slight plus. Plus 104. Minus 110. I like Scoggins here. Team Scoggins for the W. Some decent dog plays for sure. The fight probably just hasn't appeared on your bookie then, man. I think it's a good matchup. Right now, it's 50-50. If somebody wants to be the difference maker before I close the poll, let's see. Because right now, we're looking at even money. Pretty much what the odds are, 50-50. The fight, 50-50. It's a damn 50-50 fight, baby. I'm so excited for Scoggins. I don't know why. I just have high hopes for the kid. I'm probably holding his potential here. Really goes out there and fucking hill runs through him. I hope not. But I'm excited. All right, let's see what the final poll looks like. Ooh, 50%. It's even money. And for good reason. Even Stevens, Scoggins, Hill. I'm not surprised. I'm not surprised. Dude, we talked a bit about Kevin Lee earlier, but I'll bring it back up before we get into this next Bellator fight. I feel like Kevin Lee has to jump to Bellator, and he's got to fight. Two options. Realistically, three options, but my pick is him and Benson Henderson. It's a legacy fight. Kevin Lee gets to fight a former UFC champion. If he wins, he gets it on the resume. I mean, who wouldn't want to have a win over Benson Henderson if you're an OG? And I think Kevin Lee does. Brent Primus is also a second option alongside with Sidney Outlaw. So I think we're looking at three solid options for Lee. And realistically speaking, I feel like the Benson Henderson fight makes the most sense. He's going to Bellator. His brother's already there. That's where he's going to end up. They're not going to give him Usman Nurmagomedov off the bat, but I think that fight could potentially be coming. Usman Nurmagomedov, I'm very, very, very curious to see how he fares when he fights elite level talent. From what we've seen so far, he looks like a phenom. Will that hold up? We'll see. All right, let's keep moving up in Bellator, though. I do want to get the next fight on the card. All right. Emmanuel Sanchez versus Jeremy Kennedy. Jeremy Kennedy's pretty well-rounded. Not super impressed with everything he does. Struggles a bit with pressure fighters at times. Emmanuel Sanchez is a high-volume guy with great pressure. He's going to put it on Kennedy. He's going to put him near the cage, pressuring with combination strikes, punches, kicks, a whole array of attacks. I think that Emmanuel Sanchez wins this bout. If you get him to the floor, he's very good at getting up. He's not easy to take down either. Jeremy Kennedy, not a great wrestler. He's okay with his takedowns. He's decent in the clinch against the cage and can work towards some trips from there. Obviously, has some okay level changes, but nothing to write home about. Nothing selling me on him. I think Emmanuel Sanchez works him for 3 rounds. Unanimous decision. Emmanuel Sanchez. Forgot to put the damn poll up. I got to do that for you guys. Let me put it on here. Sanchez. Emmanuel Sanchez. All right. Let's see. Lee will lose again. That's why they got to give him the right fight. Don Madge and Oliver Rob and Mercier for the finals next year calling it. I like that call. PFL's going to be sick. I don't think Kevin Lee is elite level. I don't feel like he's elite level. Kevin Lee's good level. He is a high level lightweight, I would say. Not elite, but high level lightweight. You bring Kevin Lee to 170, he sucks. I'm not trying to be mean here. Daniel Rodriguez is good. Kevin Lee lost that fight. Kevin Lee is not a 170-pounder, man. I want to see Kevin Lee drop back to 55. Cut some muscle off. I think his game is a lot better there. Dude, I don't I'll tell you this. Kevin Lee won't get the Pauls fight. I don't think the Kevin Lee fight will even intrigue the Pauls. Right. Mads Burnell is a phenom. And Sanchez scrapped. Jeremy Kennedy don't got a shot here. Sanchez, huge favorite now. Dude, Kevin Lee, I mean, I'm not going to say he's an arrogant guy, but he does have his arrogant moments. I feel like as a fighter, he's decent, but I don't think he's a phenom. I don't think he's, a title challenger in the UFC ever. That's why he's jumping ship to Bellator, and I don't think he'll do great there. The thing is, though, you look at Burnell, man, the grappling game is a different level. Burnell's a monster on the floor. I feel like we're not going to get near that level with Jeremy Kennedy. So I got Emmanuel Sanchez winning this one. Finalize your votes before I close the poll. Smash the like button if you haven't. Let's see where the official pick is. The people's pick. The people's pick for Jeremy Kennedy, Emmanuel Sanchez, 75%, 25%. It's for Emmanuel Sanchez. And for good reason. For good reason. I think that we'll see Emmanuel Sanchez get it done. Dude, you know what, though? You got to have a little bit of false confidence. Like, you need to be delusionally confident when you're a fighter. But Kevin Lee doesn't have the game for 170, regardless of how much he believes in himself. Yeah, man. Kevin Lee is not a 170-pounder. Get to 55. Kevin Lee's a good 55er, man. I do remember that Arnold Allen Mads Burnell fight. How good is Mads Burnell? I was shocked that he was released from the UFC. I don't remember exactly why it was. Might have been a drug thing, but don't quote me. All right, main event. Sergio Pettis, Kyoji, Horiguchi. I'm going to put the poll up first before I talk about this one. I am extremely curious to see where you guys have this. I could see this going all different ways. I'm very excited. Make sure you vote on this one if you're tuning in. There's one I'm really asking you to vote on. It's this right here. I want to see the people's pick. All right. Let's find out what the people want. Let's see. But for me, I feel like Kyoji Horiguchi is an awesome striker. He's a better striker than the extremely good Sergio Pettis. Horiguchi has really awkward patterns. He's hard to read. He'll get low. He'll bring up big shots. He'll rip low kicks. Overall, the trickier guy is definitely Horiguchi. He's fought the best in the world right there with the best in the world. I mean, he left the UFC on a 3-fight winning streak at flyweight. He wins the Bellator belt. He had the Ryzen belt. He avenged his loss to Kayasukura. This is the best bantamweight outside of the UFC, is Kyoji Horiguchi. And I feel like he's going to go out there and beat Sergio here. I feel like he can get the KO. He'll set up the knockout. He'll work towards it in the third round. Pettis will have his moments in the first and maybe even the second. Horiguchi will start to take over. His power is immense. His low kicks are tremendous. Pettis will read some of them, though, because he's extremely proficient on the stand-up. But Horiguchi will get the finish here and get the knock on Pettis. He's going to beat him, and he's going to get the belt back. I'm going Horiguchi. Odds agreeing. -167, +155. What do the people think, though? What do the people think? Right now, the votes, how they looking? Pettis is 70%. You guys going against me. You guys are on Pettis. I'm on Kyoji Horiguchi, baby. I'll leave it open for another minute. If you're tuning in, smash that like button. And if you're new, subscribe too. Much love to everybody. I got some exciting plans. I don't know. I think you guys tune into this week's Best MMA Bets. I want to spruce it up a bit. I feel like it has so much more potential than I'm pushing it. So I'm feeling like I'm going to slightly add some changes to this week's Best MMA Bets. I really want to make it like value betting specific. Sometimes I hate when I'm like, the lock of the night, -1,000. Is it really worth talking about? Not really, because it's this week's Best MMA Bets, not this week's locks, this week's picks, whatever. I want to change it up. So I have a plan tomorrow for this week's Best MMA Bets to give it a new look. I'm calling it this week's Best MMA Bets still, but it's really this week's Best MMA Bets 2.0. Add a bit of editing, change some things up. I'm really looking forward to that one. So make sure you tune into that tomorrow. Just going by the picture, you're going with the guy on the left. That's funny. You're on the Pettis train still. Okay. Lee couldn't make it work at TriStar, then it's his problem. Like, yeah, 100%. Bellator is Friday. What time is Bellator Friday? Let me find out for you. I have not a clue. I'll be doing the main card fight companion for sure. I don't know if I'm going to sit through that whole pre. I like doing the main card fight companions because I got more hype for them. Starts at 7, but is that the main card? Hold on. Find out. Let's find out. 10 o'clock. So yeah, I'll definitely be going live at 10. Might go live a little bit earlier, probably to tune in. You know what fight I'm going to start the live at? My goal, and I'm going to come through. I'm going to go live for you guys. I want to be at the John DeJesus Kai Kamaka fight. So we'll start at like the featured prelims and then talk about the main card. I don't want to start at the beginning of the night because then by the main event, I don't know. I feel like I won't have that same energy. I want to keep that high energy for you guys. All right, so all the votes are in. Everybody is on Pettis. Wow, not everybody, but a lot of people. Dude, Horiguchi, don't sleep on my man. I'm going Kyoji Horiguchi. Pettis looked great against Archuleta, but Archuleta is not Kyoji. Think Pettis gets re-signed? I don't think there's a reason for him to go back to the UFC, bro, because Bellator is huge. Bellator is elite level as far as paychecks. You like the over? Okay. Which over do you like, though? Over 2.5? Yeah, Kyoji's great. I'm a big Kyoji Horiguchi fan. Kai Kamaka, yeah. And I don't know if he wins either. Kyoji Horiguchi wins 29-28. Okay. I do want to talk a little bit of the Bellator prelims. We'll jump over to him. Yeah, 5 rounds, baby. 5 rounds of work. What's the fight? Okay, we'll talk. I really wanted to talk this fight. Kai Kamaka, John DeJesus. You know, I have a feeling John DeJesus is going to upset Kai. Coming over to Bellator, taking on a guy with a big range advantage. It's going to be a tricky thing to overcome. Kai Kamaka losing 2 out of his last 3 UFC fights, 1 being a draw. To me, this is the fight for DeJesus to give himself a name. I think he can go out there and win a decision. I don't see Kai Kamaka knocking him out. I don't see Kai Kamaka out-grappling him. I see Kai having a hard time getting in the range. They're giving him a hellish fight for his debut. Let's see where you guys got it, though. Do you got it for Kai Kamaka, or do you guys like John DeJesus? Horiguchi is underestimated. I do think he slept on a bit. He shouldn't be, though. 15 fights? Yeah, 15 fight card. 16 fight. No, 15. Yeah, you're right. Dude, I'm with you. I'm on Dan Moret. This week's Best MMA Bets, we'll be talking. Yeah, he was robbed against TJ Brown, but I think he probably could have lost that Chavez fight. I think John DeJesus is a hard matchup, though, man. I don't know. We'll see. The people right now are on Kai Kamaka. Let your voice be heard. Vote on the poll and let me know who you got, Kai Kamaka or John DeJesus. Am I crazy for thinking that John DeJesus has a shot here? That he's going to win the fight? Maybe. Seems like I might be, because you guys right now seem to be in strong disagreement. Good fights in this Bellator card, man. I like it. I like it. See where the poll's sitting. DeJesus now taking the lead. Don't like UFC fighters in their first fight in another promotion. I feel the exact same way. I don't want to put it down on his debut. Nah, I think that DeJesus is hard for a debut. Is Horiguchi going to be fighting in Bellator full time? Yeah, he is. He is. He's signed with Bellator now. I feel like he is UFC caliber without a doubt, but I don't know if he fits into their style. I don't know if maybe he has an agreement that he can also fight in Ryzen, and I don't think he wants to give that up. So, understandable. Even if you're still gonna be something special, you shouldn't. Yeah, TJ, exactly. Kamaka lacks defensively. Yeah, I do think he has some deficiencies. And I don't think he closes distance all that well against the taller John DeJesus here. All right, I'm closing the poll. Get your final vote in. Dun, 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 dun. The final vote. DeJesus takes the win, 55%. I like it. Guys, you know something totally off the MMA subject that I'm super pissed about is that they canceled Shameless, man. I'm a big Shameless fan. I don't know if you guys watch that show, but I know they canceled it a while back. I'll be honest, I'm just catching up now. I've been watching for years, but I tend to watch when they drop on Netflix. Fucking last season, bro. I got one episode left. I don't even want to watch it. I don't want to watch it. I don't want to see how it ends, man. Fuck. I don't want to give that up, man. I'm a huge fan of that show, so it was so disappointing, man. I'm praying for a spinoff. Totally off subject of MMA, but little insight about me. I'm a big fan of Shameless. Let's see. Kai is tough. All right, let's just look at the odds for the Kai Kamaka fight. I'm not betting Kai at minus 200. No chance. I like plus 175 DeJesus. I really feel like we're going to have a fun this week's best MMA bets. I'll give you guys a little like insight of what I want to do. So I'm thinking I want to add in like a bit of edits to it, make it more graphically pleasing, bring out the old HD camera. I feel like I want to add segments that are like graphically designed. I have the ability, so I think I want to do it. Make it more like straight to the point. So we'll go over like 3 or 4 value locks. We'll talk about 3 or 4 value dogs, and then we'll talk parlay. We'll talk about the parlay portion. We'll talk what I want to play it. And then also I want to do a little bit of like my favorite bet of the night or something along those lines. Then on Thursday, the Money Line podcast, which should be a lot of fun with me and Mike Finch. Consistent thing now. I'm really looking forward to chatting up with him. That'll be a good time. At least they stopped it prior to carrying the show too long, going downhill. Yeah, it is always good to end on a high note. I agree. We're going to ask this question to the people. Smash that like button if you haven't and you're tuning in. Let's see what the people think. When I watch your show, it sort of reminds me of the old TV show, Welcome Back, Kotter. What is Welcome Back, Kotter? I never heard of that. I want to look that up. Welcome Back, Kotter? I remind you of Welcome Back, Kotter? That's hilarious, man. That's actually really funny. See if we get any votes for should Shameless have been canceled or not. I need the people's opinion, man. Sorry, I got to rant. I'm just curious. All right, Arman versus Joel. Wow. Talk about putting 2 hot prospects against one another straight out the gate. That's the fight game, unfortunately. I am going to lean the way of Arman Tsarukyan. I feel like he'll probably grind a decision, but Joel Alvarez, if he lands some big shots, can get it done. Have I seen Horiguchi versus Tenshin? Yes, I did, bro. I watched that fight. How impressive is it in your opinion that he can sit in there for 3 rounds against a world-class kickboxer? I feel like definitely my pick got to be Horiguchi, man. I'm on team Horiguchi for the dub. I feel like with Horiguchi, you're going to see another level of striking. Pettis is very good, but Horiguchi beats him here. Oh, we got some votes. Should Shameless have been canceled? I'm curious, man. I'm curious what the final votes will be. I'll leave it up for another minute. Oh, Fiona Gallagher is batty. You can get it on the motherfucking south side, boy. What'd you guys think of Triad Combat? How interesting was that? I actually like it better than Bare Knuckle. I feel like it is a more sensible route to go about like dirty boxing. I'm intrigued, man. I like Triad. I think Triad Combat should keep it going. I like the triangle. I will be tuning into the next Triad Combat, assuming the card is half decent. Then Teofimo Lopez lost in boxing, which, I don't know, I guess was a bit of an upset, right? Kambosos wins the belt. Vasily Lomachenko's fighting soon. I think Vasily Lomachenko may be, coming back, taking on Kambosos. I'd be intrigued by that. Ryan Garcia and Gervonta Davis both want to fight Kambosos. Some boxing talk. All right, the people agree Shameless should not have been canceled by a smidge. Yeah, Triad's 100% better than BKFC, bro. Yeah, he doesn't make weight. I think that he's going to lose, man. Yeah, 6'2 at 155 is insane. Pettis did look pretty solid in the last fight. He has some more muscle on him than normal. Yeah, Dada 5000 adopted that triangle ring first to make it a war. A lot of interesting fights. Yeah, I'm intrigued. It's better than Triad. Fighters are not going to be cut and careers cut short. That's why I'm not a huge fan of the BKFC. Is that you're killing these guys' careers. Kambosos is a savage. Kambosos put on a performance of a lifetime. Yeah, he did. Kambosos is a monster, bro. I feel like Kambosos, real stud. Real stud. Absolute stud. Absolute stud. Before I send you guys off, I do want to see what's up in the chat. Dude, that's amazing that you called the Kambosos win. Good shit on you. You're the real Mystic Mac, baby. Because I thought Teofimo would get him. And that fight turned out to be a banger, man. Unfortunately, I really didn't tune into all of it. Dude, greetings, brother. Yeah, about Shameless. I know, man. I know. I finished the show. Or actually, I'm about to finish the show. I don't even want to finish it. You know what? It became too political, too. It became so politicized. I'm like, damn, this is not the Shameless I used to know. They really decided to change things up with it. Riddell versus Fiziev, Evelev, Topuria. I know, man. They're throwing the prospects to each other. The Lion's Den. MMA is not a sport where you just get by. Fortunately, you got to fight to the death. Yeah, Teofimo, he did. I think Teofimo bounces back better, though. I want to see it again, Kambosos and him, but I feel like Vasily Lomachenko will earn his way into the spot. I'm intrigued, man. Lots of fun fights. But, guys, I do want to get out of here. Honestly, I've had a bit of a long day. School, gym, jiu-jitsu. Feeling good, though, man. Feeling strong, feeling like my fitness is going up, getting in good shape. I will be doing this week's Best MMA Bets. I'll drop that tomorrow. 2.0. 2.0. I'm telling you, it's going to be better. And then Moneyline Podcast, which I'm doing. And then I'll probably post it up Thursday around 7. Friday, UFC weigh-in recap show. I'll probably throw a Bellator weigh-in recap show earlier in the day before the Moneyline Podcast drops. So make sure you check that out, assuming that we do it. And then Friday night, 10 p.m. Actually, Friday night, 9 p.m., Bellator Fight Companion. The Bellator Fight Companion returns. This is a card I want to go live for, so tune into that. Teofimo needs to ditch his dad as a coach straight up. He's telling him he's winning rounds he clearly lost. That's sometimes the problem, man, if he's not going to tell him the truth. Fiziev versus Riddell goes the distance. I believe it will, yeah. When Rosem left, that was when it started to fall off. Dude, I totally agree, brother. I feel like when she left, the show kind of had struggled to find, a replacement for her somewhat of a main character, I would say. And then downhill. Unfortunate, man. But I hope they bring a spinoff. I want to see a spinoff. Give me any of the characters spun off. I'm very curious to see. Very curious. That's pretty much it, guys. Smash the like button. I hope you guys enjoyed the live. Not as long as normal, but we've already talked UFC Vegas 44 live. We talked a little Bellator. I don't want to go too much prelim talk. Honestly, it is what it is. But we got big things coming. So stay tuned. Keep it locked in. at MMA Experts. Subscribe if you're new. Appreciate all the people tuning in live, man. I really do. It's awesome chatting it up. I love giving back to you guys and getting some conversations flowing. Thank you guys. Really. Much love. Good night, my people. See you all in the next video. Peace.